My server broke. The Dell PowerEdge 1800. I used it one night and then the next morning I tried to get a video out of it and it wouldn't connect. So I came in here and I saw a flashing amber power light. And I put the screen on and it was at a blue screen state. I tried to reboot and I continued to get the blue screen. A couple of months ago I had a blue screen scenario with it, and what happened was the power went out while it was running, and I think that corrupted some, and I was able to repair it using the Windows automatic repair on the disk, which seldom ever works, so I was very surprised it fixed it. But it fixed it and it continued working perfectly fine for months afterwards until last week or whenever it was that it failed again. Now when I first got it, I had a power light issue. I think it was solid amber while it was operating, and I believe that was an indicator that the CMOS battery had failed, and so I replaced the CMOS battery and that problem went away. The power light went back to blue. The flashing amber I think is a different error. I don't know if it's a power supply issue or what, memory, who knows. I just don't want to deal with it right now because I have this other computer on hand. Well, I've got a lot of other computers on hand, but I had this one downstairs which was set up and ready to go for a different use case. I used it for a short period of time and then I replaced it with a different machine. And so this was sitting down there doing absolutely nothing, and this has multiple requirements that I wanted on the server that the PowerEdge didn't have. This has USB 3, so the backup will go a lot faster into the external drives. It has audio. I had always thought about maybe playing a continual loop of hold music on here and feeding that into the PBX. Probably will never do that because it just has absolutely no use case, but it was just a curiosity I had. The other thing I wanted to do was I have a cordless speaker. You can see the transmitter is in there right there, and I thought I would run Spotify on this computer and I could plug that cordless speaker thing in there, or even like a phone transmitter so I can hear music outside. And this one has 4 SATA ports, whereas I think the other one only had 2, or at least 2 that were easily accessed. So this one theoretically is much easier to expand. And of course this draws a lot less power. And that's not a major issue. That was really only a problem during Christmas time, because I think it took almost 2 amps even at idle. And 2 amps goes pretty far when you only have 15. So there was that, and then of course the sound level of this computer is a fraction of that Dell 1800. In all due reality, the Dell 1800 was pretty impractical for the use case. It was really big, it was noisy, it was just overkill for what I was doing with it. But it worked fine, it worked reliably, and so I'd intended to use it until it quit, and that's exactly what I did. I still have it, and maybe someday I will see if I can fix it, but that's not going to be anytime soon. So for now I'm going to use this computer. This HP, where's the thing? The HP Pavilions, whatever the model number is, I don't know. This is a really cheesy, gimmicky computer. It's got, a multimedia optical drive versus just a regular optical drive, and it's got Beats audio and all this other cheesy stuff on here. I probably would never use this computer as a real workstation machine. Well, there's nothing wrong with it. It works perfectly fine, but it's AMD based. It has one of those APU things in there, and while it's perfectly adequate for anything I would do on the computer, I just find it very underpowered compared to other machines of similar specification. And when I have other machines of similar specification that work better, why not use them? So I have this one here now. It's been running for, I would say, about a week or two. and thus far it's been completely reliable. There's been no issues whatsoever. Time will tell how long it's going to last. I've never found HP to have the best longevity in their machines, but the reality is if it quits, it quits. I got it for free, so there's really no loss. So we'll see how this works. Performance wise, it's gigabit Ethernet, which is what the other one was, so the file access is working along just the same. And we'll see if the backup works a little better. I have a cloud backup service that I use, and it always took a very, very long time, and it always had errors. Oh, jeez. It had errors often on the other computer. So we'll see if it works better on this one. I think it might have been because the processor was I don't know if it was lower than what was required, but and the memory was kind of low too, which again was fine for the use case, but I don't know. We'll see how this works. I think this will work a little better. And as much as I wasn't really bothered by the noise, now that it's gone, I'm realizing just how annoying it was to have all that noise in here all the time. So this is it, the new supercomputer, the Dell HP Pavilions. I think it was a 65 something or whatever. I did a video on this computer. I think a whole video series actually on this machine. So if you want to see that video series, that'll tell you more about the computer itself. But that's it. The new server computer is in place, and so far it's working well.